What's good, everybody? It is your boy Tony the Savant back again. Hope everybody's having a good to great day, man. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is a business, ladies and gentlemen. So if you don't mind, swing by the Instagram page, Tony the Savant. Give your boy a like, a follow over there. Also Twitter, X, whichever one you call it, Tony the Savant. If you don't mind swinging that way, be on that platform and giving your boy a follow as I'm dropping exclusive content over there. Um, Also, Facebook is the headquarters where we drop the daily update to what's going on with Tony the Savant and the Legacy Over Money Sports Network. You can find me at Tony the Savant, THEE. And last but not least, right here at the YouTube, the home, the hub, where we drop all of the videos, all of the clips, uh, all of the content comes through the YouTube. So if y'all don't mind, like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content over here. Also, shout out to the Legacy Over Money Sports Network. That's the fam. That's the clique. That's the crew. Thank y'all, man, for all of the hard work y'all do behind the scenes. I definitely appreciate that. All right, y'all, let's get into this one because I'm kind of changing up how I'm going to do my pre-recorded. Just some I've been wanting to do for quite some time, but now that we got the time and the resources to do so, I said let's get started with this one. And who better else to start the new format with than Michael Jordan? As I'm reading this article, Ron Harper, former, actually a former rival. It wasn't that big of a rivalry, but at one point Ron Harper did serve as a rival for Michael Jordan while Ron Harper was in Cleveland. Something like a rival, if you will. But former rival and then teammate of Michael Jordan, Ron Harper, made a statement that I feel like the sports world, but most notably the basketball world, may or may not have noticed that he made at once upon a time in the NBA. Ron Harper states that the thing that the kids do now, or the thing that a lot of sports commentators do now, that thing called ring counting. uh, Ron says that Michael Jordan, he himself, uh, the renowned GOAT, he said he himself started that culture. And it all started after the Chicago Bulls won the first ring to the second three-peat. This was after Michael Jordan's retirement, after the first three-peat run that he had from 91 to 93. Of course, we all know about the famous retirement from in 93 and 94. Essentially, he comes back in 94 in the middle of the season. Well, I believe it was just a few games left. They get eliminated, and then from that point, they get eliminated by the Orlando Magic upon Michael Jordan's immediate reinstatement into the NBA. But then the following season, 1995, 1996, the Chicago Bulls put up what many believe to this day is the greatest NBA season of all time, as they went 72-10. I believe MJ won the MVP that season. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, 72-10. Of course, we all know the Bulls win the championship over the Seattle Supersonics at that time as well. And then it's during this time, after this championship, Ron Harper says that in the locker room, after some of the hoopla has died down, him and Michael Jordan are having a conversation. Now, up until this point, Ron Harper himself had not won a championship. So this was actually Michael Jordan's fourth championship and Ron Harper's first. So the conversation goes a little something like Ron Harper is saying that he's just elated and so happy he never knew the feeling of winning a championship. And he was saying that after winning his first one, he was thinking about retiring. Up until that point, Ron Harper had a pretty long career as well. I think he may have been about a 9-10 year vet in the league, somewhere around that time. And Michael Jordan hears this comment from Ron Harper and says to him, "Oh no, can't retire now." He needed to get two more because Michael Jordan's reasons for desiring to win two more championships is because Michael Jordan wanted to surpass who I felt like was the renowned GOAT before we all started calling Michael Jordan the GOAT, was Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson had 5 NBA championships after Michael Jordan won this particular ring. It gave him 4. And so he was one behind Magic naturally. And Michael Jordan, knowing him, wanted to best Magic Johnson. And so he said he wanted to win 2 more championships. Now, we all know that Michael Jordan would go on to win those 2 more championships. But in the same time, one of his sole motivations was making sure that when the people wrote down their all-time greatest list, that his name was above Magic Johnson's, which respectfully makes sense because Magic Johnson was the immediate peer that Michael Jordan faced, as far as, the guy that carried the league before Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan faced him on a nightly basis. In fact, I always say that the official passing of the torch, albeit that, Magic was, I wouldn't say Magic had fallen off by any means, but it definitely wasn't Showtime Lakers when Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan faced off in the NBA Finals. Nonetheless, it was definitely at that time that the passing of the torch happened. Michael Jordan would go on to beat, well, not Michael Jordan, excuse me, the Chicago Bulls would go on to beat the Los Angeles Lakers for 1 in the NBA series, and Michael Jordan would win his first ring. But lo and behold, long after even winning that championship, Jordan's one of his personal motivations for playing a game of basketball was to win, was to pass up Magic Johnson. And I believe that was one of his motivations for returning to the NBA after his time as a baseball player. As we all know, Michael Jordan went to his famous retirement, and upon realizing that a professional baseball career may not be in the works for him, Jordan went on to return to the NBA, and then it was at that point that they went on to win a couple more championships. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. Do a little something, but anyway, yeah, it's great to even hear. Because I love these stories that the teammates and the legends and, guys tell us about not just locker room stuff, but just stories, period. I love that. Just sports stories, period. I love that a lot because it gives some insight into the mentality of some of our favorite, legends and athletes. And even beyond that, now we really understand where this ring culture thing came from. Because I'm going to be honest, man, I remember sports before ring culture a little bit, and I don't recall, like people comparing Magic Johnson and Wilt Chamberlain because of rings. You know what I mean? When I was coming up, especially when I was a really young lad, I say within my first 10 years of life, around about 5, 6, 7, that's when I got my first sports memories anyway. But I just recall my dad and my uncles, they was always comparing guys based on impact, skill set. I never heard my dad or my uncle say, "Oh, Larry Bird got 3 rings. My God, Magic Johnson got 5 rings. So that's what made Magic better." I never heard them say that. And that's honest truth. That's something that I'm not going to put on Michael Jordan as far as people using it as an excuse to outrank one player or one or the other. But I will say that it makes sense because, that's how guys are ranking. That's how some guys rank people, purely based on rings. And also, It's like if my guy has more rings than your guy, the argument is over. There's not even there's no argument. Like how some people were between the LeBron James and the Kevin Durant camp. Now, skill set wise, actually watching the guy play the game of basketball, uh, there's a subsect of NBA fans that would say Kevin Durant is a better basketball player and even go as far as a better all-time basketball player because of Kevin Durant's impact on the game and his ability to score and score efficiently. But then he got the subsector community that says, "Oh, no, 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 LeBron James has more rings," and that's where the argument stops. You know, so there is that debate, those arguments, and all the GOAT debates are subjective, of course, but like I say, all in all, it is dope to hear this kind of story because it just seems all of a sudden, one of the ways everybody was ranking their favorite players was by rings, and whether it's all on Michael Jordan or not, I think this is a good insight because you start seeing a lot of. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be 100, man. I'll be noticing a lot of stuff that goes on in sports now, or that has gone on in sports the last 15, 20 or so years, and you be thinking to yourself like, where did this come from? Like the whole superstar, the super team concept. You know what I mean? Where did all this stuff come from? And player empowerment, all this stuff. There's actually stories behind how all of this stuff transpires. So that's why I feel like this story is dope. Because whether it's all on Michael Jordan or not, it's definitely true that all of a sudden ring culture became a thing. And, if it was Michael Jordan that started the trend, then it makes sense because everybody got stuck on it, you know what I mean? And there's some people that still stuck on it. Me personally, I think rings do come into play when you're judging all-time greats, but it's not the end-all, be-all, But anyway, that's all I got for y'all on this one. It is your boy, Tony the Savant. Please stop by the platforms as mentioned in the beginning of the video. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a business, more than a sports channel. Starting a movement here, and I just want everybody that supports me, that rocks with me, to be moving with me. Ain't nowhere else to go but up. So that's what we doing. But anyway, that's all I got for y'all on this one. It is your boy, Tony the Savant. You know my slogan. I'm the only one that can get the job done. That's why I put in this work. The takeover will be live stream. Y'all go out there and get a goal accomplished. It is your boy, Tony the Savant. Peace.